you're also somebody who said you don't like an or situation. I asked you a would you rather once, and you go, I'm not really an or person. I'll take both.
Person. I
was like, that's not how the game works.
I really hate the word or. And when I land somewhere, somebody asks me what do you want to do? And I say everything. I want to do everything until I've had my fill of being alive.
Yeah, but the game is you have to pick one.
Yeah, that's a stupid game. It's culturally biased.
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast.
Where things will be misquoted.
And opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked and probably loaded.
Hey guys, welcome to Locked and Probably Loaded with DJ and Kelly. I'm your host, DJ Qualls. I'm here with my good friend and co-host, Kelly Blackheart. Hey Kelly.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good. You're really far away.
I am?
Yeah, from the mic.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you better now.
All right, sorry. You know how fearful I am of large things near my mouth. So Kelly, donde es su teléfono?
Okay, so yesterday was a fucking doozy.
It was a shit show unlike I've seen.
It genuinely felt like a movie.
It was
like
awful.
It'd be a dumb fucking movie. I don't know who would make it, but every instance of it felt like a movie. So DJ and I went out and ran some errands. He dropped me off. I was going to try to take a nap, but I couldn't. And so I was like, I'll get up. I'll take Rhino to the park. I'm walking. The park near my house is super big, so you can walk around the whole thing, and it's probably 2 miles around one time. And so I'm walking with him, and I got a text from you because you have a specific text sound in my phone. So I lifted it up, and it was just you responding like haha to one of my texts.
Yeah.
And so I just slid it back into my purse. I go home.
It wasn't even that funny.
I
was doing
it. Was a pity
It was a
ha-ha.
courtesy ha.
Which makes the story even more fucked up because it's your fault. Go home. I'm like starting to get all of my stuff out of my purse, and my phone's not there. And I'm like, oh, it must have fallen out of my car, or I took it out of my car and it's still in there, whatever. Go to my car. It's not there. And I go back up to my living room. I'm like looking around, and I text you from my computer, and I'm like, can you call my phone? I can't find it. It's not in my house. And my Find My iPhone wasn't turned on. I thought it was an automatic thing because I haven't had a new phone in like 7 years.
Guys, turn on your fucking
Turn on Find My iPhone
You
immediately.
cannot turn it on remotely. So if you lose your phone,
I don't
you
get
are
why
screwed.
I don't get why that's not fucking standard.
I think it's because it's a privacy issue because that means your phone's informing on you.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it is.
It's annoying. Anyway.
If you're going to murder somebody, run the risk of losing your iPhone. Don't turn on Find My iPhone. But if you are like Kelly and I, and by the way, 2 hours before that, we get out of the elevator in Beverly Hills to go to the parking garage, and she hands me the ticket, and in 20 steps, I had fucking lost it. It was gone. And so
he goes, why would you give it to me? I told you to hold on to it. I'm like, because we were walking up to the car.
You can't hand me things.
But you eventually did find it, so that's good. So anyway, I ask you to call my phone. It's not there. And I'm like, I think it's still at the park. So I drive back to the park, and I'm trying to retrace my steps. But we walked a big part of this park, and the grass, a lot of it is overgrown. So
I didn't know that.
Even
I thought
if
you
it,
just went somewhere and sat when we let him run around.
No. We walked around the whole park.
That makes more sense.
Not around the whole thing, but like a big portion of it. So I'm retracing my steps along the field. And then I come back, I don't see anything. Then I ask you if you can call it while I'm looking. So I go back to the park again. So
I'm
you're calling
how long is it going to take you to get back there?
Yeah.
So you said 7 minutes. So in 7 minutes and 30 seconds, I start calling the phone.
Yeah. And so I'm walking around, but I also have no way to contact anybody. So I don't know if he's made contact with somebody who picked up my phone or not. So I get back to the house. I'm like, fuck, it's not there. And
okay, honestly, tell me this. Because this is in my head. This is what happened. You got there, went more, oh, this is hard, and you left.
No,
Did you do a thorough search?
I was genuinely looking for it. Like,
because I called about 10 times.
Normally, I would be somebody, it's like, if it wasn't a phone that's fucking $2,000 now, I'd be like, fuck it, who cares? But this was important, and my tether to the world.
Yeah, and you've already filed bankruptcy, so you can't get another one and bankrupt on that.
I know. So I come back from the time that you were calling, and I'm like, fuck, it's not, I couldn't find it anywhere. And you're like, go back to the park right now. There's a Mexican man with your phone, but he doesn't speak any English.
So then I keep calling it because I don't hear from Kelly, and this guy picks up, and he only speaks Spanish. He speaks literally no English. And then, so I start speaking Spanish to him, and then I realize that all of the Spanish that I know pertains strictly to partying. It's to get goods and services, to get to and from bars. It's all like that, and none of it is valid. And so, but I understand a lot. So I'm like, it's scrambling my brain. He has your phone. The sun is going down. And so I'm like, stay there in Spanish. And then he responds to me, I have to be at work. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know how to respond to that. And so then I said, so when I was in college, I had a call center job briefly. And if you called and somebody spoke Spanish, this is what you said. Lo siento mucho, no hablo español. Otra persona llamará más tarde, which means, I'm so sorry, I don't speak Spanish. Another person will call back later. So I use the llamada más tarde, mi amiga llamará más tarde en 10 minutos. And so he's like, okay. And it's like, oh, you do speak English. No, he doesn't. And so I text Kelly, go back to the park. Okay,
he said, go back now. There's a Mexican guy with your phone. He's wearing a black sweater. He speaks no English. And I said, are you being for real? And
because I said, ¿qué color de su ropa?
Yeah.
Yeah, what color's your clothes?
But you have to understand that this is something that you would do to fuck with me.
Not when you lose your phone.
I know, but like, I was taking you seriously, but also in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm going to go back to this fucking park and then come back here and tell him I couldn't find him. And you're going to be like, you fucking idiot. Why would you go back to
with
the
somebody
park?
when they've lost their phone? Because I lose my phone all the fucking time and you feel so vulnerable.
Yeah.
Anyway, so read these texts.
So then you
what did I say?
Go to the spot where you lost it. Yell out, my name is Kelly. Right fucking now, he has to be at work. Take money. Say telefono now. Yell it. And I was like, are you fucking with me or not? And I'm like, I am getting ready to go.
Yeah.
Like I carried my computer down to my car. And he goes, God damn it, go now. You have 10 minutes or your phone is gone. And that also is like, God, this feels like Taken with Liam Neeson. So I said, okay, going right now. If you're sending me back for a prank, I'm going to be pissed. And you go, I'm going to fucking kill you. Go back to the park, goddammit. So
it was so fucking frustrating because it's like this. I could see fucking sand running out of the hourglass. I'm like, go back to the park. Now he is leaving. We don't speak Spanish. And he has your phone.
and then in my car. And so I live in a small unit building or whatever, and so there's a courtyard with a gate to our garages. I go out there, the gate is not opening. The gate is broken because Amazon.
She has 10 minutes to get back to the fucking thing.
Amazon
She's wasted 4 of it arguing with me about whether or not I'm serious.
I was still moving and trying to fucking coordinate everything. Some delivery driver had thrown a box, and so when the gate went to close, it got jammed on the box. It broke the fucking hinge where the gate goes up. And so it just happened to be that my neighbor was in their kitchen window as I'm trying to figure out the gate. And I'm going to go, oh my God, the gate's broken. So she comes down because otherwise there's no way I'm going to get a hold of her. So then she calls our other neighbor who like comes out with a ladder to go fix it.
Is that the guy with the kids across the way?
That was his wife. He wasn't home. Normally he would have fixed it. So she called my next door neighbor and he came out to fix it. And I was like, I don't have time for this. So I just leave my car and I run back to the park.
You ran?
Yes.
I didn't know that part.
Yes. So I run back to the park. But you were telling me like, go back to where you left it, but I don't know where I left it, and I don't know what this guy looks like, and so I'm like looking around for anybody who might be looking for.
Did you yell out? My name, me llamo Kelly. Me llamo Kelly. Telefono. That's what I told you to do.
I just stopped every Hispanic-looking person going, "Hey, did you by any chance find a phone?"
Did you not
anybody
see a
who was
guy?
wearing black sweatshirt?
He was wearing a black sweatshirt. Yeah, I told you. I said he was wearing a black sweatshirt.
Yeah,
right?
but I'm telling you, this park is fucking huge, and so
and it fills up with crackheads at dusk.
Yeah, and so we were really against the clock there. So I go run back there. I walk back. My neighbors are like, "Did you get it?" I'm like, "No, I didn't get it." And so then
I lost the will to live, and at some point I'm like, I don't know what to do. I helped all I can.
Because this part of the text is like, "Oh my God, the garage gate is really literally fucking broken." Blah blah blah. And then you said, I stopped responding to you. You said, are you still trapped? Hello. And then you sent me a message in Spanish because I think you thought that
he
my
could see your
text previews were on.
I sent a message in Spanish that said, she's on her way. Please wait there. Don't leave.
Yeah.
There's a reward.
Yeah. And so I said I couldn't get out of the garage. So I walked over there. He's nowhere to be found. And then you said, you're going to have to FaceTime him. And I was like, I can't FaceTime him because I don't have a phone, and you can't FaceTime your own
I didn't know that.
number from your computer.
Apple, you need to get on that.
And you go, oh, right, I don't know how to help you. And I said, you can FaceTime and say, I am the new guy. Where do you work?
But I was calling him and he stopped. He stopped
answering?
He stopped answering
Yeah.
because it was getting frustrating for him because we don't understand each other. It was
Yeah.
it was like a terrible first date.
Yeah. And then
It was like that movie Drop.
well, which we'll talk about after. And then you said, he doesn't speak a word of English, and my Spanish is for partying. And I said, I'll ask Scott. And so I called my brother, because my brother speaks fluent Spanish. I'm like, hey, can you FaceTime my phone right now? Somebody has my phone. He doesn't speak English, blah, blah, blah. And so then Scott's going, yeah, he's going to wait there for you. He said, can you be back there in 15 minutes, blah, blah, blah. And so now I'm coordinating with Scott. The problem is like, I still don't know where the guy is. And so I go back over there to the park. And
Did you scream out, "Me llamo Kelly, telefono,
there was like this neon graffitied car on the street. And so I told my brother to tell him to meet me there. And I went back over there. But
that's smart.
The guy didn't move there. And so now I'm standing there. I'm holding my computer in the park, which is stupid because I don't have service there anyway. And I'm like trying to text Scott and it's not fucking working. And
Why would you take your computer?
because just in the off chance that I was going to be able to get some fucking signal. And I had the computer in the car because when I was in the gate situation, I was texting you from there. So then I see this like younger guy because the park is full of all like the old people doing their walks and stuff like that. And so whatever. I see this young guy. He's got his headphones in. I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. Can I ask you for a favor? And I was like, can I use your phone to call my brother? Like blah, 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 this whole situation. So he lets me use his phone.
That's what they do on The Amazing Race.
But then I called Scott. He doesn't answer because he's on FaceTime with the guy on my phone. And so I'm like, okay, thank you so much for letting me use it. The guy walks, he's like now a block away. And then I'm back in my car and then he's waving, he's walking back, he's waving. Scott had called him back. So then he walked all the way back to give me the phone and talk to Scott. And he's like, oh, he's on this street, blah, blah, blah. Finally found him. He's sitting in his car. So I wouldn't have been able to see him anyway.
He'd been there for like an hour and a half at this point.
Yeah.
The poor guy.
And I gave him $20 and he was really nice. And Scott was talking about how nice he was on the phone. And then I asked Scott for the guy's number whose phone I used. And I texted him just like, thank you so much. And I sent him money as like can you get yourself a coffee or a drink on me? Like, I really appreciate it. But it was such a clusterfuck because every time I felt like I had information that was going to get me closer to having my phone, something got in the way of me, like
it was
me getting back there.
I sent Kelly a text. This is the most stressed out I've ever been sitting on my own couch for things that I did not cause.
Well, you texted me, haha.
Did I?
Yeah, that's why this all started, because I took my phone out to
Oh, yeah,
check your text at the
yeah,
park.
because I'm nice.
But anyway, yeah, I got my phone back, so that's very
Jesus
exciting.
Christ. Hi, I'm actor DJ Qualls. Turn on your fucking Find My iPhone. Don't do it for yourself. Do it for your loved ones.
I truly thought that was an automatic thing, but lesson learned.
Well, now you know.
Yeah.
God
The
damn it.
more you know.
And it was I
Shit.
sent him a voice note later that I'm like, this felt like the same thing I said, where it's like, I don't want a natural disaster to happen while I'm tired, like in bed, because I just didn't have the energy to do it. There was a part of me that was like, I'm not up for doing this.
I already
fucking
got to the
scavenger
point where I
hunt.
said, I will float you the money to go buy a new phone, go to Apple, and I will pay for it.
Oh.
I can't live like this. I wish I was dead. I'm starting to wish you were dead too, which I've never done before.
I also had texted my dad to make sure that we had like lost or stolen protection or whatever. And he's like, I don't know, like I'll have to look into it. And so then I get a text from him right after Scott had made contact with the guy and found out like I'm going to be able to get it back. My dad texts and he goes, okay, I reported your phone stolen, so it'll be shut down. And I'm like, no, we got it now. So he was able to reverse that too, but it was such a
Do you have lost
clusterfuck.
protection?
Yeah.
See, guys, also know that. Have your password somewhere that are not on your phone. Know your Apple password in case you need to log in from somebody else's computer after you've set up fucking Find My iPhone. And also know if you have any protection.
Yeah. And you heard it here first. But nothing bad ever happens to me. I found my phone. You know, it's
It wasn't great for me. And then Kelly was like, well, and I'm like this. No, but you said a couple of like texts like, well, that worked out or something like that or whatever you said, and I was like this.
No, I don't think I did. I don't think I was. I think I was like, fuck, I'm relieved. Let's see.
What do you have to do to unreport it stolen? Like, do you have to just click on a button that says you found it?
Yeah, I think so. I think you can like make a report. I said, phew, what a clusterfuck. The guy was very nice and you would have thought he was cute.
Yeah.
Because you would have.
Because I was just watching TV like this. I did this. Thought trying to watch this fucking show. But also, nobody ever loses their phone until I'm 4 drinks in. We had just been to Beverly Hills, which I find very stressful because 4 days before that, I waited for 2.5 years for this watch. And it's the cheapest watch Rolex makes, but it's very hard to get because it's green, right? It's the OP41. I love it. I saved for it, and I waited 2.5 years for it. And so I go over there to have it sized, and everyone was dressed like the Matrix that worked there. That I got a condescending sales associate. My wrists are tiny, and they tried to fit it to me like 3 times, and at the 3rd time, he came out and did this. And I was like, oh, I'll just take it. And then I wore it for 4 days so tight that I wished I was dead.
He was like forming a blister on his wristbone.
It hurt every time, but I couldn't. But I waited 2.5 years for it. So I was like, Kelly, you have to go back over there with me. And it wound up being great to do it with you. We were making the security guard laugh.
Yeah, he was basically sitting there having his own private podcast.
Yeah, but also everybody there was super nice that day.
Yeah.
I went in there, everybody in there was worth billions of dollars. I bring the cheapest thing they make, and I get this. I didn't even get offered water, and it was like 90 degrees outside. Everybody else is walking by me like this. This water is so refreshing. I'm like,
Just spitting it on the floor.
yeah, exactly. Just dumping it out in front of me.
You thirsty?
Yeah. And then finally, thank God for security guards. Somebody recognized me, and they came over, and they're like, hey, do you want a water? Begrudgingly. And then so then they make it too tight for me, and then I get back to the car and realize I've lost the parking ticket.
Well, that was our time. The time
No,
that they were
I lost the parking ticket.
Oh.
Remember I told you I had to call into a call box.
Oh, I didn't realize it was the last time.
Yeah,
you
it was the
went
last
there.
time. So I had it out, and I did this. I need to make sure I don't lose this. 20 minutes later, it's fucking gone. You can't hand me things.
Well, that's so you told me to hold on to the ticket from when we got it or whatever. But once we validated it, as soon as we got off the elevator and I was looking at the car, I handed it to you because you were going to be the one doing it to get out of the garage. And then you go,
I was telling a
you go,
story.
where's the ticket? And I go, I handed it to you, and you go, I don't have it. And I thought you were fucking with me then too.
And I
It's
said
very
this,
hard
and
to
then
know
I
when you're
said
being
this,
serious.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, you go, why would you give that to me? I was like, because we were at the car. But then he found it.
What does that say?
Ad break.
Ad break, and we're back.
Pink
I was just
ponytail,
gonna say that.
I'm gonna keep on dancing. So yeah, it was stressful. Going to Beverly Hills is hard. When you buy a nice watch, so I buy my watches in Alabama from my friend Trent, who owns Loring Jewelers. Hey Trent. And I still wait for them, but I pay retail for them. I save up. I buy, one a year. It's my one vice. I bought a used car. You know how I am.
Mm-hmm.
We ate at McDonald's on the way to Beverly Hills yesterday, and we bought the value meal, the $5.
We're like
value
driving
meal.
by Erewhon where everybody's eating $120 broccoli cauliflower, buffalo cauliflower
doing
bites.
this
Yeah.
out loud. Because
I'm like,
it costs so
no,
much
you
money.
saw that tasted
Yeah.
good on TikTok, and now you're doing the TikTok face.
People that go to Erewhon are stupid, and but you get when your watch comes in Alabama, in Huntsville, Alabama, if you go into everybody slapping you on the back, congratulating you.
It's a big day.
You get a bottle of whiskey. They do everything short of a military parade.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But in Beverly Hills, they look at you like
It's basically like you came in and bought a keychain just to have Rolex ownership somewhere. Can I have the keychain and one of the free water bottles that says Gary's on it? Thank you.
it can be empty. They treat you like garbage, and it's a Pretty Woman moment every time I go to Beverly Hills.
Yeah. I didn't look good, but
Well,
they still.
Neither one of us. We didn't dress up. I was wearing worse clothes when I went with you than I went by myself. It just so happens that we caught them on a day when it wasn't packed, and also everybody that worked there happened to be nice.
Yeah. It's an intense workplace.
It really is.
I would not enjoy working there.
Anyway,
or anywhere.
Everything is fetishized too. Like watches have become fetishized, cars are fetishized. Like this idea of these things are going to fix things. It's because everything else is so fucking expensive. You can't afford a house. You can't afford anything. So people save up their money to buy the one luxury item that they want. So they feel like they've got skin in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. But Rolexes are beautiful. They're very
And also
nice.
they appreciate. They never. When I'm going to drop a load of money on something, it has to go up in value.
Yeah.
Or otherwise, it's like driving. You know how I feel.
That's your retirement plan.
Yeah. And also, you know how I reward myself on my phone. If I don't go out, I give myself $50. If I don't run away, I give myself $50. If I don't complain, I give myself $9,000 because it's never happened.
And it's never happened. Not once. There is not a single $9,000 deposit. We were talking about right before we started recording that DJ astral projects when he dreams, and he goes to different lands
that
and
I've created
and time
over
periods
time,
and all
like,
that stuff.
There's a chateau, there's a little country house, there's a 1980s cafe that has a bar attached to it, where I meet this man who I thought had a white truck that was parked out front, and then one night he took me out back and showed me that was his real car and that he was a fellow traveler.
That's crazy.
I know. And he's like, I meet you here. You didn't create me. I meet you
What
here.
if he's on the TikTok live right now?
I know.
He's like, that's me.
hey, I think his name is Marshall.
Hey, Marshall. Good to see you here. But you guys were surprised to find it. So I said, I don't have an easy time with that because I have aphantasia, and which means I just don't see images when
That is
like
crazy.
If you're asking about anything that comes in my brain, it's all in words. Nothing's in images. And so if you like, I wonder if I could even be hypnotized, because I think so much of that is like you have to imagine that you're somewhere. But anytime anybody
imagery.
does any of those things with me, I just sit there and look into the darkness.
I've never heard of that before.
Really?
No, I've heard of, there's some people who don't have that software in your brain where they can recognize faces. Like they can't, put, like I know that I know you, but I can't remember what, you know what I mean?
Facial blindness.
Yeah. I've heard of that. But I've never heard of people who can't visualize something.
Yeah, it's not super uncommon. But I think there's also discourse around like what it actually means, because like I truly just see black. But some people are like, well, we don't.
I thought you were going to say dead people.
No, we've already talked about Haley Joel Osment on here. We'll give him a break this week.
That came out today.
Oh, good. Well, the guy loves to ski.
I have days where everybody's face looks familiar, like I know everyone, like they have a familiar face to me.
What is wrong with you people?
So you see like actual images.
Like when I'm taking a test, I see on the page. I see the page. I see where I saw it on the page.
Okay, because some people, when there's the aphantasia discourse, people are like, well, it's not like we actually see the image, and I'm like, no, I think there are people who see the images completely. It's why
I'm completely visually stimulated, like that. Like I don't have a high food drive.
Yeah,
I've got a high play drive, and I like things that are beautiful.
Yeah,
and the way things stick in my head so vividly. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like I can draw pretty well, but I have to have a reference. I can make something look like the close to the reference in my own style. But if you told me to draw something, it would be really hard for me to do because I can't visualize it in my head.
You couldn't be a decorator.
No.
You can't imagine like spatial planning and how things
everything
look.
just happens in words. And like my inner monologue is all the time. I'm never not talking to myself.
Well, I think we all talk to ourselves the whole time.
No, but
right?
some people are like have peaceful brains. Mine is constantly doing 10 conversations at once. And I don't think that's super
with those
normal.
9 other people in there.
Yeah.
It's that boggles my mind, not being able to see things in images.
Can you look up, there's like an aphantasia chart where you would see like, this is what somebody with aphantasia has, this like, and it shows like the
I have to put on my glasses for this.
Visualization stuff. No, those aren't good.
God, what have you
A lot of people
done?
do the Apple thing. So like, so I'm 5, maybe 4.5.
4.5 what? Inches?
No, like the visualization. So like you can see perfectly like exactly what an
I am
apple
number
looks like
one
number
all day
one.
long.
Yeah, I'm probably in between 4 and 5.
It's funny because the thing that they use makes the person who's 5 no image look like they don't have a brain.
And soon with my lobotomy, that will be me.
Oh, you're
for
gonna be
sure.
so lucky.
DJ, do you have that thing when you're memorizing lines that you just run it once or twice and it's in your brain?
Yeah, but for a limited amount of time. So I can memorize about a page a minute, and pretty well.
How many total pages can you?
I can do probably 10 at a time.
Oh, so you got a whole day's
Yeah,
work.
when it's conversational though. Like if I have to say on the 12th of May, you showed up at my house and you had 497 apples, and if you have to do that, it's going to take me a minute. But I can remember things pretty easily. But the moment it gets in my mind, it starts leaking out my ears slowly. So if the camera's taking too long to reset, or we're struggling to find what the scene is, I'll start losing it. And then once I lose it, like I'll start second guessing it can really fuck me up.
See, I'm pretty good at memorizing words and numbers, but I think that's just because that's what goes through my brain when I'm trying to recall something.
I cannot, those fucking codes they give you for your passwords.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't show up down, like when you tap, it doesn't show up on your iPhone. To just click it and it goes up there. If I can't remember more than 2 numbers in a sequence, I can't do it.
Oh, see, like I didn't even try, but I used to get drunk in college and purchase things from infomercials like all the time. And my roommates be like, Kelly, you do not need a knife that cuts through a penny. Like you don't need to do this. But it got so bad. It got so bad because I'd want to buy something, but my purse would be way over there. I just started now naturally memorizing all of my debit card and credit card numbers.
Numbers mystify me. It's interesting how people's brains work, right? Like for real. And Ty has the same thing. When we're in a scene and there's a number sequence, if they change that for some reason, like it's weird. There's a copyright issue with 48927 so it has to be 219421. Both of us, our brains go offline.
Yeah,
it's a real challenge. It's a challenge.
Yeah, but like I know our phone number is 323-272-3908.
That's correct.
Oh, I thought you gave us your cell phone number just
No.
now.
The one you lost.
I just
Everybody
looked at
call
Isaac.
Kelly's number.
Of course I know my cell phone number.
No.
That's not anything to
You
celebrate.
know your own number.
But
yeah,
so
ever since I was
I went
little.
away to somewhere in my own brain for a second. I was at my house in France. No, but I looked at Isaac like this. I thought you gave out your phone number because I don't know your phone number. I have no idea.
Yeah, anybody whose number I knew before a cell phone, like I still remember their phone number. I still remember my first love's phone number, Colleen's number by heart. My brother Scott. Good thing I know his number by heart
no
because
shit.
I got to call him from the park. Yeah. So that type of stuff I'm good at memorizing.
Scott was the hero of the day.
He was.
He really
Thank
was.
God for his Spanish speaking.
Yeah. I was good support.
You were. I mean, I did say thank you. Like that was really helpful.
It's not enough.
But I went to Beverly Hills with you.
Oh, see, and that made it all better. Actually, the only thing that got me out of bed this morning was the fact that we had already gotten an errand out of the way because it was really bugging me.
We should also quantify that your house in France is in your mind.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did we say that he had
It just sounded like he was
France?
like, "Oh, I went to my house in France."
No, but we talked about it earlier.
But that was before we started
I said
recording.
That I have a chateau. Oh, no, we talked about when I astral projected. Said I go to a house. I go
yeah,
to a
but that was
chateau.
before we started recording. That's why I brought it back up again.
Yeah, but when we talked about it here, I said.
Did you say it again?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that. That's what I was
remember
asking.
I do remember that.
That's what I was clarifying.
Yeah.
Next season, we'll be recording the pod from your house in France.
Oh my God! I actually don't want to live in France.
It's over there.
It's way over there.
It's so far over there.
Yeah.
We saw.
And the house in France also is in 1780.
Oh, we need a time machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and probably a lot of upgrades.
The Wi-Fi is probably horrible.
There's no bidet, which is going to be a problem.
There wasn't toilet paper. It wasn't invented into the
So then
mid-1800s.
it definitely should have a bidet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think
Well,
you just washed your ass with a rag.
let's take a break for ads. Maybe they'll sell us a bidet.
And welcome back.
So we saw 2 movies recently. We saw Drop and we saw Sinners.
Yeah. Let's get real about these movies. Okay. For me, Drop was engaging because it was reasonably fast-paced. This guy is on the worst date in history. The fact that he didn't leave.
I know. Mind blowing.
Homie learned to masturbate. First
Set
of
some
all,
boundaries.
It's not going to happen. She looked nuts if you didn't know what was going on.
Should we give the little synopsis of the movie?
Yeah.
So basically, this girl goes on a date. It's I don't know how long after her ex-husband dies from domestic violence, and she was a victim of domestic violence. So she's going on a first date. She meets this guy.
None of these are spoilers.
No. And she goes there and suddenly gets airdropped these messages. And initially she's showing her date like, this is weird. And they're like looking around trying to find who it is. And progressively the airdrops become more and more threatening. Like, we have your kid. Here's what you have to do, blah, blah, blah. So I thought it was like, definitely was an engaging plot.
Yeah. I mean,
You wonder what would have happened if she was just a person who never checked her phone in her purse.
Exactly.
Like, do they still go through with the plan?
I mean, they explained like they explained pretty well. There are a couple of plot holes in it. The thing is, the movie's a rental.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a full price movie.
I was telling
theater
Patreon
movie.
that people would really enjoy it if they had our commentary with it.
And then a couple days later, we went to see
Sinners.
which was fine, but in desperate need of an editor. The movie, nothing happened in the first hour, right? It was all set up.
Yeah, it was set up. It was getting to know the characters and like
Too much though.
Yeah, it needed action sooner. Like it was beautifully shot. I didn't realize it was a musical. I had no idea.
I turned to Kelly.
I didn't either.
I turned to Kelly and did this. You lied to me. You tricked me.
He acted like I knew it was
hate
a musical. Yeah. And to be fair, I liked a lot of the music.
Yeah,
like
the
it was
music was fine.
beautiful. However, it went on a little bit too long, I think. But also I've never really been a big vampire
I love
movie
vampires.
person.
If you're going to advertise a vampire movie, don't put me through an hour of character development. Like, I met everybody in the town, including people you
wanna
never
see
saw
some neck
again.
sucking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was a lot. And what happens a lot when a writer is the director and also a producer is that there's nobody to step in and be like, hey, you got to cut 25 minutes at the head of this. We're dying here.
Well, that was a big thing in Hollywood because he got so many points. He got director's cut, he got final cut, and he got first dollar gross.
That's what I told Kelly. I was like, the first 9 people in the credits are him. Mm-hmm. So that's very hard for somebody to step in and be like, hey. And I know the movie's doing fantastically well, and the movie's good. It could have been great.
Yeah. Because
the character development in snippets is dope. The accents I thought were on point, and I'm Southern, and I'm usually hard on that. But I just felt like, do we need to fucking know everything that's ever happened to you until you got to this point, especially if you're not going to use it again?
Yeah. And obviously there was messaging about, probably fascism growing but it
felt like anti-MAGA to me.
I did, I always have the question of why people try to avoid vampires so much, because I'm like, if you're, but this actually falls into the fascism thing. It's like, well, all my friends are fascists, I guess I should be too.
Well, here's the thing. Fascists don't live forever.
Yeah.
But if you told me you could just bite me and I would just live forever and not have to go outside in the daytime, I would be like, why are you running?
It's an ideal life for you. Yeah. And if somebody shoots you, you don't get injured.
I would have stood in the door and go, hey, y'all come in. Bite me first.
Vampire orgy.
I mean, that's the thing that I never understood, though, is vampire sex. It would be like being fucked with an icicle. Vampires are cold-blooded. That can't be good.
Some people do that.
I know. I've seen the videos.
Icicle dildos.
Do you want to see some?
No. But Isaac was just watching a video of a turtle. I was wondering.
Well, we signed off the live because it's been 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. Good.
Did we sign off before I said it's like being fucked with an icicle?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good.
That's only for you guys listening.
That's only for fans.
Yeah.
Only fans.
Only fans. Did you guys see SNL last weekend?
No.
I still haven't watched that clip that you sent, but I did watch SNL, but kind of in the background.
My psychic told me on Friday night that Kelly was going to lose her phone on Sunday, and I was upset about it the whole week, so I couldn't watch.
Why didn't you warn me then?
Yeah, why didn't you go sit with her?
Yeah.
Give me your
because
phone.
sometimes she's wrong.
Well, lesson learned. She's right. I do want to see a psychic.
I thought we were going to bring a psychic on the show.
Yeah, but I want to.
We're going to get tattoos, and I still don't have any tattoos. I'm getting a tattoo after I do the Mother's Ruin challenge, though. I don't know where to get it. I have to get the Mother's Ruin logo. Where should I get that? Maybe on the back of my leg?
Bottom of your foot.
No.
Bottom of your foot is supposed to hurt real
Yeah,
bad.
and also it makes your feet look dirty. And this, you know what Walmart feet are?
Oh yes, I do.
Yeah. If you're from the South, if you're walking around with no shoes on, your feet turn like that awful dirty black color. That's called Walmart feet. You know why?
Because they shop at
Because
Walmart.
people walk around Walmart barefoot where I'm from.
Yeah.
And everybody has Walmart feet.
Well, in North Carolina, they're called Tar Heels.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Is that where Tar Heel comes from?
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I'm always afraid to address terms like that because I'm like, I'm nervous.
Yeah, we were just talking yesterday about how my high school is like probably gonna have to change name.
Yeah. I mean, we were the Red Raiders. I think it was an Indian or a Native American. I think it was.
If they're Red Raiders, that would make sense.
Yeah.
That they would.
And they would say this: "Go Big Red." Red has 94 syllables.
Rayhead.
But I think they're still the Red Raiders because I'm from the South.
Yeah, we were the Warriors.
And you were, and you're. It was it like a cartoon Native American person?
It was the mural was beautiful.
Oh, it was a real person though, right?
Yeah, ours was a real person, Chief Wabanzi.
Ours was not. Ours looked like a Looney Tunes character.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Then that definitely.
Yeah.
The caricatures I can understand
Yeah.
being offensive, but like Chief Wabanzi's legacy kind of is celebrated.
Was it Obanzi High School?
Wabanzi, yeah.
Wabanzi.
Wabanzi Valley.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Well, they could keep that, right?
I think so. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
I
Trump's
don't
probably
really
gonna
care what happens.
Change the name of it to Robert E. Lee High School. It has nothing to do with the South.
It's WAUBONSIE. Warriors. What?
Can you spell that slower for me?
WAUBONSIE.
WNABSOOAB.
He was the leader of the Potawatomi.
Show me. Is he hot?
Hell yeah.
Potawatomi. He looks like the host of
I'm not gonna lie. That's not what the
Jeopardy?
that's not what the guy looks like in the mural at my high school.
no the show where everybody goes in the castle and then a traitor.
Oh, Alan Cumming.
He does look like
Oh,
Alan
he
Cumming.
does look like Alan Cumming. That's not our mural at our high school. He's way hotter.
See the middle picture there? It kind of looks like if Alan Cumming and that Jeopardy guy had a baby. You know his Ken Jennings.
Oh, I can see the one with the pink stripe through the
Yeah.
face.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. So maybe they keep it. Maybe they don't. I don't really care.
Oh my God!
See, I visualize things in images.
Yeah, you really do.
Kelly's like, I don't have any words for that.
Yeah, mine's like our mural was hotter. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, there was something else that I was gonna ask you. I can't remember what it is now. It's because we talked about.
I want to go back to Vegas.
No.
Me too.
Yes. Because I'm now following somebody on Instagram who tells you it's like Vegas off the strip stuff. And she told me about this cafe that's in Vegas where everything's $20 and it looked amazing. And I really want to go there. Dude, every now and then, so I had this hookup from like 8 years ago who randomly hits me up and I've never responded for 8 years. But every now and then I'll get a text and I just got one.
What did it say?
I can't tell you.
You up?
You're like,
middle
it's
of the
two,
afternoon.
but yeah.
No, but at that point in my life, that was probably a smart thing to ask me at
Yeah.
1:30.
Actually, that is fair. I often get texts from you at like noon. It's like, I just woke up. I'm like,
He knows you're not a morning person.
Yeah, I actually send that to Kelly almost every day when I wake up, no matter what time it is. I'm like, I just woke up.
I've gotten a you up text at 8 a.m. and I'm like, I genuinely cannot tell if this is for normal purposes or if it's a booty call. Like this could be a bender situation or you could be asking me a serious question.
Kelly, you get up early though.
Sometimes.
You
I mean,
have a
now
dog.
that, yeah, I mean, I would probably sleep in more if I didn't have a dog. But now that I let him sleep in my bed the last few hours, I just wait until he's like dying to get up, to get out of bed.
But most of my friends have have children, and they also live on the like East Coast or in the South. So I get people will call me at 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. Elena, I love you, called me today at 8:20, but she lives in Texas.
Yeah.
And has children, so she'd probably been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. This place that I want to go to in Vegas. So this lady is Vegas Starfish, which if that's what you like. But she just tells you all the cool stuff about Vegas. Like there's a $149 food tour where you go to like 3 fancy restaurants.
Oh, she's cute too.
Yeah, is she?
Yeah.
Anyway, there's just I can't find it now, but go to Vegas Starfish before you go to Vegas. I should have done this because there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do. Because Vegas is so expensive. There's this big trend now to talk about like how expensive Vegas has gotten because the tourism is declining because people are afraid to come into the country.
Yeah.
But also people are saying, well, it's also because a valet parking costs $70 and a drink costs $33 if you go to a club. $33. I paid $26 for a pina colada and it wasn't good.
There's a trend right now on TikTok. People are going through the airport. There's nobody there. They're walking down the strip. There's nobody there. And I think they're just finding times when there's like a break in traffic. But
that's what they're doing. Some people also are looking at 2 o'clock in the morning. But the fact is, major, like all the business people and like the Chamber of Commerce are acknowledging that people are just not going to Vegas. And it's because it's cost prohibitive.
Yeah. MGM just laid off like 10% of their workforce.
I saw that.
But we also didn't have extra time to do any more stuff than we did.
No.
Also, we never got to talk about leaving Vegas. Our flight was delayed 2.5 hours.
Oh, yeah.
I have all kinds of questions about what happened after I left the bar.
Okay.
Because I left at 9.
Did you leave us at
we went to another bar.
what's the name of that bar?
I don't remember. It was
Double
Punk Rock.
Down.
Yeah,
the
Double Down.
Double Down
Down.
Saloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I like that
is
bar.
awesome, but it's a shithole. So
I
it's
won
like,
money there, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you won $250 on the
that's
jackpot.
Right.
Yeah. It's not a bar for everybody, I'm going to assume. It's
No.
definitely one of those places that it's grungy, grimy, dirty, but it's dark, and we love that.
It's
They
cheap.
have a drink there called ass juice.
Yeah, it's
You're not
cheap,
allowed to ask what's
But
in
you're
it.
going to get hepatitis.
Yep. The ass juice comes in a ceramic toilet bowl.
I didn't see that. I had my glasses off.
Oh, yeah, there were ass juice signs everywhere. That, like, I said about Double Down, I'm like, this is the place where if I were drinking a lot and got sick, I wouldn't throw up in the bathroom. I would go outside and find a bush to
I
throw
thought you
up
meant
in.
in life, if you'd gotten to the place where you're drinking every day, is the place that you would go, is what I thought.
Oh, no.
Do you think that's where I got sick from?
Was it hepatitis?
I mean,
No.
we didn't get sick.
I didn't get
So
sick.
I don't.
That's true.
Yeah.
But also we have high immune systems because we're so active.
Yeah. I never leave the house.
Sexually.
I think the bathroom at the Double Down looks like the bathroom from Train Spotting.
Yeah,
Oh, it
it's
totally does.
It's completely graffitied, which it's awesome. It's like fun to look at, but the smell is a lot.
Yeah, it's
a dive bar.
The definition of a fucking dive bar.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Like, people that work in Vegas, it's where they usually wind up.
Yeah, Tommy Caprio came to meet up with us there.
Hey, Tommy.
And then he drove us over to Distill,
which was
in
the wrong
Durango.
one.
Oh, you went to the wrong one.
Yeah, the one that I went to, I can't remember where it was. Is dark. The windows are dark tinted, and it's just awesome. It's like
Distill.
it's a little bit nicer of a
DE.
dive bar. But we went to one that had it was
Or, I
like
mean, sorry,
it was like
DI.
drinking at a Denny's. Like the lighting was like full blast.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it
The
was.
employees were chipper.
I know. Yeah, Dakota was very happy to be there.
Did they have gambling machines?
Yeah.
The grocery store has gambling machines.
So Tommy and
That's
I
fair.
split their buffalo chicken egg rolls because I see them on menus all the time, but normally buffalo chicken stuff is too heavy on the buffalo for me, and the other flavors are kind of drowned out. But these ones were perfect, and so I came home and started egg rolling everything at my house. So
Yeah, she called me. She's like, you can make an egg roll out of anything," and I'm like, "I don't think I've ever had an egg roll."
I made buffalo chicken egg rolls, and I nailed it. They tasted just like Distills. Then I made breakfast egg rolls, so I did like
She
eggs,
was very
bacon,
excited
sausage,
about this.
cheese.
Are you air frying them?
No, I was trying them.
She shallow
and
fried
then
them.
also
Real fry.
I bought a $25 fryer on Amazon, and it's perfect. I've made dessert ones, so I made like strawberries and bananas with this like peanut butter Nutella spread.
I can't fry things because I have art in the house, and it's not good for it. A lot of my works are on paper.
You can cook them in the air fryer, but I like how crispy they get.
Yeah, you were
in the
very
fryer.
excited about. You can egg roll. You can make an egg roll out of anything.
Yep.
And it's like this. Silence. And I'm like, I don't know what to say about that.
Was it like Forrest Gump? It was like shrimp
I was
egg
like,
rolls.
yeah, I have no idea what
that's
to do
what I'm
with
doing.
this
Like
information.
Colleen, I've been texting Colleen every single variation that I make, and then she's like sending me new ones to try. She's coming up on Memorial Day
Do you
weekend.
just
We're
buy
gonna
egg roll wrappers? You can buy
Yeah,
those.
yeah.
And you just wrap shit in it.
Yep.
And then
you just pop it in a shallow thing of oil.
okay.
Are you
and
like
then
those
flip
weed
it.
smokers? Like you can roll an egg roll with one hand.
Yeah,
now?
pretty much.
Hilarious.
Yeah, all you have to do is dip your finger in some water. just to
Driving
get to
down
seal
the
the
road,
edges.
you're rolling egg rolls with one hand.
I had an egg roll for breakfast.
What'd
And
you
that's the
have?
thing too. I make this like Mongolian barbecue thing, so I use like chow mein noodles, and then I do chicken and vegetables and soy sauce. And so I did
God,
that
that
in
sounds
an egg
hard.
roll.
Is it not hard?
No. But that's like my favorite food. Mongolian barbecue is my favorite
Yes,
food.
I
And
love it
so
too.
I
found a Mongolian barbecue place in downtown Portland that is fucking dope. I can't remember what it's called, but it's Mongolian barbecue downtown Portland. I think there's only one of them. If you're in Portland, go to that place. It was awesome, and it was totally legit. And I think it was like $12.
yeah, one of my first jobs was at BD's Mongolian barbecue in downtown Naperville.
Did you move the things around a great big wheel on a stick?
No, I was not a fryer. I was a hostess and
Did
a
they
server.
have that there though?
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that.
At any time my family would like be in town, that was always like, can we go to Mongolian? And I remember Scott going there one time, and we're like in line putting the shit in our bowl that we want to get. And he's like, oh my God, I have the best idea for a restaurant. So like at the restaurant, I proposed like you would go sit down at a table and they would bring you like a piece of paper with everything that they have. And then you would just tell the server what you want. And then they just bring it to your table. I'm like, fuck you. We're here because he's making fun of the fact
Yeah.
that you have to stand up and make your own food.
I like it.
essentially. I like it too.
Because I get the balance of the vegetables that I want. I'm
Yeah,
like,
and
this is how-
everything, and
this
the
is how
sauce
much
and-
this I want. This is how
Yep.
much that I want.
Yep. And they bring you like tortillas, and we would make little tacos with cheese. And
I am very specific
good.
about food. Very specific.
Yep.
Like I've said.
I almost made you Velveeta shells and cheese egg rolls to bring in the car today.
Oh, that would have been good. God, don't tell me that.
But because of the cluster.
So hungry
now
now.
I wish I was dead.
Oh, now you guys are all on the egg roll train. Huh?
You got to bring all that stuff in and make egg rolls on the show.
Yeah, do a fucking cooking
I actually
demonstration. I'll take
we
a nap.
could for sure.
You have a great kitchen for a cooking show, by the way.
Yeah, but
But you would have to put things away.
yeah, I don't want
Behind you is like a pantry. Of
Well,
things on
that's
your
because
kitchen table.
that's because the cleaning
Yeah.
people decided to take like I had a party once, and so I had all of these different types of pop. And so I had like half cases of Dr. Pepper or whatever. And the last time the cleaning people came, they took all of the half cases of every single pop I have and just put them individually on my kitchen island.
Not in the fridge?
Well, no, there's no room in the fridge. It's 50 or 60 cans of soda that is out on my pantry, and I have nowhere to put them. And I was like, the boxes were the organizational tool for that. Like they were all just in the corner.
It looks like donations. So, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll switch this over to Patreon. We'll see you later.
Bye. Oh, wait.
What happened?
Find us on
yeah.
social media at LoadedPod. Send us an email, probablyloadedpod@gmail.com. You can go to our website, loadedpod.com, put your email in there for an invite to our next Patreon
It's a good
live.
time.
Or if you want to just join Patreon, it's patreon.com/loadedpod. Or you can call us 323-272-3908.
And you can catch us on YouTube for back episodes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Locked and Probably Loaded on YouTube.
Loaded Pod.
Loaded Pod.
Loaded Pod on YouTube. So go and check it out.
Yeah.
We're building a community there.
Yeah.
And the Patreon comes out a week early and ad free.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast.
Where things will be misquoted.
And opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked and proud.